In this video, we're going to go over the signs that your Clair senses are activating naturally. If your perception is changing quietly instead of dramatically, this video is for you. Most people expect psychic activation to be loud, with visions, voices, intensity, but natural Clair development is often subtle, gradual, and easy to miss. And because it doesn't match what people expect, they assume nothing is happening. Natural activation usually shows up as changes in awareness, not phenomena. Most people expect psychic development to announce itself through events, visions, voices, downloads, dramatic sensations. Natural activation doesn't work that way. Instead of adding something new, awareness becomes more refined. The signal to noise ratio improves. What changes first is how you perceive, not what you perceive. This is why early development is often missed. It feels ordinary, quieter, and less dramatic than what's expected. You start becoming more selective with conversations. As perception sharpens, your system becomes better at filtering incoherent or draining input. You may notice less tolerance for surface level talk, a preference for depth or silence, and fewer explanations needed. This isn't withdrawal or superiority, it's perceptual efficiency. Your system no longer spends energy where there's no resonance. Next, we have feeling overwhelmed by noise or crowds. This is one of the clearest early indicators of sensory expansion. What's happening here is your nervous system is taking in more data. The external stimulation carries more informational load, and the filtering mechanism hasn't fully recalibrated yet. This makes crowds, noise, or chaotic environments feel intense, not because they're bad, but because your perceptual bandwidth has increased faster than your regulation capacity. With integration, this sensitivity stabilizes and overwhelm decreases. Next, we have needing more rest or solitude. Perceptual development is metabolically expensive. Your brain and nervous system are processing more information, reorganizing sensory hierarchies, and updating internal models of reality. Rest and solitude allow neural consolidation, nervous system downshifting, and integration of new awareness. This isn't laziness or avoidance, it's the system completing a learning cycle. Then we have picking up on emotional undercurrents without trying. This is early clairsentience. You're not analyzing or empathizing intentionally. You're simply aware of emotional tone, tension, congruence or incongruence beneath words. And importantly, this happens without effort. Effort-based perception is imagination. Effortless perception is signal. Then we have losing interest in drama or spiritual theatrics. As perception refines, your system becomes more sensitive to distortion. Drama, whether emotional or spiritual, relies on excess charge, identity reinforcement, attention-seeking dynamics. Refined perception detects incoherence quickly, and the nervous system naturally disengages. This is not apathy, it's discernment without judgment. These aren't personality shifts, they're perceptual refinements. This distinction matters. Personality shifts imply identity change. Perceptual refinement means the same you with clearer input and less noise. You're not becoming someone else, you're perceiving more accurately. Clairsentience often activates first. Clairsentience develops first because the body is the primary sensory instrument. Somatic awareness precedes visual or auditory subtle perception. The nervous system is already designed to read signal through sensation. This makes clairsentience the safest and most stable entry point into psychic development. This is where you might feel the atmosphere. You sense the field of a place or a person before details form. This includes mood, coherence, tension, or safety without story. Sometimes we will sense the truth before you can explain it. This is pre-verbal knowing. The body registers congruence or incongruence before the mind assembles language. Explanation comes later, if needed at all. Your body reacts before your mind does. The nervous system detects signal milliseconds before conscious thought. This shows up as a tightening or a softening or a pull toward or away from something. This is not emotional reactivity, it's biological intelligence. Clairvoyance and clairaudience tend to come later and often much quieter than expected. Visual and auditory subtle perception requires higher integration, stronger regulation, clearer internal boundaries. When they develop naturally, they often are subtle, symbolic, intermittent, and non-intrusive. Not voices shouting, not constant imagery, more like impressions that appear when relevant. Real development doesn't shout, it clarifies. This is the core principle. Unstable perception is loud, urgent, and dramatic. Integrated perception is quiet, neutral, precise, and functional. Clarity doesn't demand attention, it simply is. If development feels quieter, more grounded, less dramatic, more discerning, and more embodied, you're likely on a healthy trajectory. The goal isn't sensation, it's coherence. One important distinction is that if perception feels frantic or compulsive, regulation is missing. If perception feels neutral and grounded, development is integrating. The body is always the indicator. Is your awareness spreading outward or resting inward? This is a check for where attention is anchored. If awareness is spread outward, attention is scanning the environment, sensory input dominates, the system is oriented towards external signal, and common in hypervigilance or early activation. This isn't bad, it's information. Awareness resting inward is attention is centered in the body, sensation is primary, external input is secondary, and this indicates internal coherence and safety. Healthy development naturally shifts awareness inward first, then allows it to extend outward without leaving the body. The line helps people feel the difference directly. Is there effort or ease? This checks how perception is being generated. Effort is when you're holding attention in place, trying to stay present, subtle tension in the forehead, eyes, jaw, or chest indicates top-down control. Effortful awareness is often mistaken for focus, but it signals compensation, not integration. With ease, awareness sustains itself. No muscular or mental strain. Perception feels neutral and continuous, and it indicates bottom-up organization. Ease is the signature of regulated perception, and no correction is needed, just notice. The line is crucial. It removes self-judgment, fixing behavior, and the urge to do it right. Attempting to correct would immediately reinforce effort and collapse the diagnostic value of the practice. Observation without intervention allows the nervous system to self-adjust. Awareness without effort is a sign of healthy development. This reframes the goal entirely. Healthy psychic development is not intensity, concentration, forced presence, constant vigilance. It's self-sustaining awareness, minimal effort, and high clarity with low charge. When awareness is effortless, perception becomes accurate instead of reactive. So we're just going to cover this again. Effortful awareness is a developmental phase, and I'm sorry, effortful awareness is the developmental phase, and effortless awareness is integration phase. Training aims to move perception from managed to self-organized. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. If you really like this and you want more of this content, or if you want to come try the school group, you can click the link below. There's a 7-day free trial. I'll see you in the school.